Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Divorce Heroes. We're back at it in the studio with the victorious one.
In the hot studio. Hot.
It is hot. It's hot as hell in
Yeah.
Southern California.
I don't want to go to hell, dog. If it's anything like this, I do not want to go to hell.
Yeah, no kidding. So we're gonna shoot some Haywood ups real quick.
Yes.
Haywood ups to Angie's Mexican food in the city of Norwalk. They have authentic, great tasting food. They have huge selection. Walk in there. Let them know Divorce Heroes sent you. They probably don't know who the hell we are. But
they will after you go.
yeah, go there and ask for a 20% discount. Tell them that we approved it.
You never know, bro. I always ask for like discounts. Or ask the guy, hey, let's just say we're cousins, give me the employee discount.
Right.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Say, hey, yeah, John told me to come.
Yeah, John.
John? I mean Mike.
Yeah, Mike. No, Mike about Robert. No. Go through 5 names. One of them's bound to hit.
Our next, hey, what up? Who
It's
is
the
it?
Fernando Vargas, what is the
Vargas Dynasty.
Why
Fernando,
why are we giving them a hey what up?
man, this is Fernando Vargas. I think he's a 3-time world champ, 3-division world champ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was rocking in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Right,
Just a beast from Oxnard, right down the
rocking them
street.
bangs and shit.
Oh, yeah, he had those bangs. He's the reason why everybody was rocking those bangs in
Yes,
the
sir.
90s. Hey, man, he was a beast. He didn't duck anyone. And then he has 3 boys right now that are
They're
undefeated.
undefeated on all 3 of
Yeah,
them.
they're kicking ass. They call themselves the Vargas Dynasty. They all just fought not too long ago. And they're doing very well. Big head, what up to you guys for no damn reason, just because
Yes,
you guys
sir.
are kicking ass. So we're gonna get right into it. Does therapy work?
Does it work? Shoot, bro. It depends. I think for the most part it does work if you go in there with an open mind and you're ready for change.
So before you go there with the open mind and ready for change,
Yeah.
what you need is for both of you to agree that you're gonna go in there with the open
Also,
mind.
we're talking about 2 people,
Well,
both spouses. Yeah.
yeah, we're talking about marriage. We'll talk about therapy on your own after.
Yeah.
But
Excuse me.
to save your marriage, does therapy work to save a marriage?
So in my case, therapy did not work
Right,
when it was with my spouse or my ex-spouse.
right.
We tried it. First of all, she was very reluctant. Very reluctant. She didn't want to do it. She was like, "I don't need it." That was her
Exactly.
words. I don't need it. You need it.
You need it. You
You
go.
go. Yes,
Just like you're
that.
the one with the
We
problem,
didn't even
not me.
damn. We didn't even rehearse this. It came out. Yeah, exactly like that. I don't need it. You need it. You go.
Right.
So, I think I did therapy myself twice, right? And then things got a little bit better, so I stopped. And then things got worse again. I'm like, now we gotta do therapy. We need to, if we want to save our marriage, our kids, blah blah blah. Right off the bat, bro, I chose a woman because I thought it was gonna make her feel more welcome, more just at ease.
Right.
The chick just started tearing her up left and right, bro. Like we start with our first session, it's an introduction. You kind of talk about what's going on, and I express my issues. She expressed her point of view and her issues, and the therapist let her have it.
Really?
So for 3 sessions, she just kept giving it to her. Like, what are you doing here? Then what do you expect me to do if you're acting like this? And it was just like I kind of felt good, bro, because I'm like, okay, I'm doing something.
Someone has
good.
my back.
Yeah, but at the
Right.
same time, she would hit me on some stuff, and I'm like, okay, but I'd be open to it, right?
Right.
So I think by the 4th visit, she's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. This is not working. You can keep going if you want. I don't need this. She's not even good. She's not a good therapist.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, like, all right. So it didn't. But like we said, she didn't come in with an open mind. She didn't come in trying to change. She came in very like, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Just yeah, and that's the thing. See, I had someone recently send me a message, and that's what they wanted to ask. Hey, does therapy really work?
Mhm.
Me and my wife, we've been going through some issues. It's a lot of ups and downs. I
Yeah.
said, for how long have you guys been going
They're
through
still
issues?
married?
First of all, yes, they're still married and they're together. First of all, just want to put this out there. Quick disclaimer: the victorious one, Slick Vic, and me, the divorce hero, we are not therapists.
We're not.
At all. We don't claim to be therapists.
Don't do what I do.
We're all we're here to do
We're facilitators, bro.
is
We
coach you
yeah.
on how to feel better or how to get through the nasty part
Of this.
when your marriage is going through some nasty,
Right.
some turmoil. because we've been through it.
Yeah.
We've had other people coach us. We've coached people. That's all we're here for. So when people do reach out to me and they want some type of therapy session with me, I have to let them know, like, I don't know. I'm not a therapist.
Everything's different. And
Right.
every case is different. All we can do is share our experiences, our testimonies, and hope that it can help you in some way, somehow.
Right. So this person reached out to me and said, hey, listen, I've been having some issues with my wife for a little over a year now, and I don't know what to do. He's like, I feel like quitting. And I was like, well, what's going on? So he starts telling me the story. So basically what it comes down to, um, they have a special needs little boy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he has another little boy, but so she needs to really take care
Well,
of
that already puts a wrench in everything, right?
right. So that's a
it's
lot of
hard.
stress.
It's a lot of stress. It's
So
hard.
they decided she kind of takes the home care, the home
Okay.
maker, and so she can facilitate the little boy
And he's doing
while he's
9 to 5 or
right.
5 to 9.
And that's the other thing is he's not a 9 to 5, he's a firefighter. So he's working long hours. So he's working long hours and he's picking up overtime and extra shifts so that his family can have all the necessities they need on a single home income in Southern California.
So how's he greeted when he comes home, though?
Well, that's the problem. So seems to be a disconnect where he comes home and she's like, "You're finally here, this and this and this and this," and kind of takes it out on him, her frustration.
Yeah, well, she can't take it on the kid.
Right. So, and then he's like, "Hey, man, you act like I've been at a bar. I've been working so that we can."
So they both come out with their defense up and swinging, because she had a rough day with the kid.
Exactly.
He had a rough day at work. We know firefighters. It's not an easy job.
Long hours, stressful.
Even if they're not fighting fires, they're doing all kinds of other stuff. They're even detailing their trucks, whatever. But it's always working
Right.
or cooking.
Yeah.
But I would say, first of all, has he tried talking to her?
So yeah. So they've had many of talks where they come down to agreeing, hey, we don't want a divorce.
Okay,
We've been married for a long time. They've been
That's
married.
good though.
They've been married for a long time.
Yeah.
And they both say we don't want to separate our kids. We don't want to be away from each other. We want to fix this. Okay. So then what do we do to fix it? Well, here comes the going to therapy or maybe going to church. The problem is we go back to what we were talking about. They can't find the time to go to therapy. They don't know where to go.
Well, a lot of it's changed, bro. Back in the days, you had to be there in person. Now you can do therapy online.
Yeah, you can Zoom it
You can
and
Zoom
you can
it,
do all
and
these.
that's been so helpful for me because I log on, 3 o'clock, 3 to 4. That's my
Right.
time slot, and it's very relaxing. It's my time. So, I would say most therapists probably they check out around 6 p.m., 7 maybe at the
Right.
latest, right? So they definitely have to make a day, even if it's one day a month that she gets to express herself. Because I know she's busy with the kid and he's working long hours.
Right.
I would say he would have to make the effort to come home early. I know the expenses, and with therapy, there's more expenses now, right? Because that shit ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap, and now they got to find someone to watch the kids while they go out there for an hour, right?
Yeah.
So it is tough. But what I told him, I said the important thing is that you guys are still communicating,
Right.
and you still want to make it work.
Yeah.
Because when you stop communicating and now she's going to sleep mad or you're going to sleep mad and you're ignoring each other for days at a time, you're heading towards the end.
Right.
But if you guys still want to communicate, if you guys are still communicating, that means there's still something there that you both want to salvage, right?
Right.
So I told him, I think it'd be very beneficial for you guys to go see a therapist, but just you both have to walk in there with an open mind. Number one, you have to go in there knowing that things are going to be said, and you might feel attacked. You might feel like they're coming after you because she's telling her side, and the therapist jumps in and says, "Hey, why this and why that?" And now you feel on the
my
defensive.
first day, bro, I was very chill. I didn't want to say nothing because I already knew like whatever I
Right.
say is gonna be held against me, right? And we went in the same car, so that's another one. Do not go to therapy together.
Don't go to therapy.
Meet
together.
up there, show up at the same time. Take separate cars.
Take separate cars. Because imagine this.
How awkward.
You guys are on your way to therapy. You're both a little nervous because maybe you've never been around a therapist and you're both about to tell each other, how you feel about each other or what makes you mad and on a deeper level.
Mm-hmm.
But you're both on your way there. and you're somewhat happy because you're both doing something positive
Right,
for
right.
your marriage. You get there, and for an hour you sit there with someone just asking you, so why do you feel this way?
Hmm.
And does she make you feel this way? And do you make her feel this way? By the
Guys,
time
you have to be honest. It's not gonna work if you're not honest.
you have to be honest, and by the time you walk out of there, in order for this to work, you have to be honest and you have to be open minded.
Yeah.
By the time you walk out of there, you're going on the same car,
Yes.
sitting in this California traffic,
Hmm.
hating each other.
About the person you just talked shit about.
Like, I can't believe you said that about me. You know that I have a fear of spiders, and that's why I ran away from that spider and left you in the
It's
room.
always like that, bro. There's always an explanation for it.
And so my recommendation, fellas, would be go in separate cars.
Yeah.
And then leave, and then one of you go back to the kids, take turns. Hey, I'll go back to the kids and pick them up and take them for ice cream. You go decompress and maybe go for a walk, and then give each other some time to cool off because there's a lot of emotions there.
Honestly, I think the best thing to do if you're gonna do if you're as a couple, if you're going to therapy, go separately.
Go separately.
At separate times. Don't even be in the same so that way that'll give homeboy a chance to watch the kid while she goes and then vice versa, right?
Okay, but eventually they got to go together.
Eventually they'll have to go together. But it's so much easier when you're going by yourself. Still as a couple, right? But it's like when your kids are around you, bro.
Right,
They act a certain way because they know you're around, right?
right,
But the second you're not around, you go to the store. I'll be back in 20 minutes. 30, it's a whole different kid.
right.
It's the same way.
So
When your
go,
spouse is not there, you feel just free to express the way you want to express,
right.
and you don't have that that judgmental eye or that person looking at you.
Or
It's
those
just
gestures they
all
make
the
when they
gestures or
start
the
rolling their
hand
eyes.
motions, all that,
Right.
bro. So
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest doing the first meeting, which is it's called the what do you call it, the intake.
Okay.
Doing a Zoom, right, together, and just talk about what you guys are going through. It's not gonna you're not gonna talk about problems. Just like, hey, we've been married for so long, we're having issues, and we want to fix our marriage.
Okay.
That's it. That's the intake. And then she will separately sit with both of you, and you guys can all do you'll do your session. She does her session, and maybe a month into it, 2 months into it, okay,
Right.
I want to see you guys together now.
Together. Right.
And that's takes off so much stress, bro. Because I remember going with her, I couldn't even express myself, and when I would, it was like
You already
waiting
knew.
for the chancla, bro. Like
You already knew it was
So,
gonna stir some.
and now that I
Yeah.
go to therapy by myself, bro, it's so freeing. Like it's like it's a release, bro.
Right.
Like some fools get high, some fools go drinking. This is my release.
Like,
Like
what do you have against guys that drink?
I said hi. I said hi first. Yeah, bro. Like this is definitely a release, and it's a way to get all that weight off of you. So,
Right. The other thing is, once you start going to therapy,
mhm.
you have to work on the changes.
Oh man, changes. You have to do the work, right? It's not just
Right.
you go and you listen and pretend. Oh, okay, and you don't do nothing. This is
Right.
not high school no more.
You know what? Let me step back a little bit. While you're going through therapy,
Hmm.
if the house has become so, and I don't want to say toxic because that toxic isn't the word, but if the communication has broken down so much that you can no longer really spend that time together with the children,
Hmm.
one of you has to leave, and it's okay to separate for a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
I've known a few couples that have separated and they came back stronger than ever.
right? Because you separate not with the mentality you go do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing.
No,
No, hey, I'm gonna stay over here, you're gonna stay over there. Let's give each other
some room to breathe.
some time to
Yeah,
breathe while we're working on our
yeah.
relationship. Right? That's another good.
Guys, this is not an invite for you to go mess around. This is not
No, no,
what do
no,
you call it, a hot pass. This is none of that.
no, no,
If
no.
you want a hot pass, and you probably don't want to save your marriage.
Yeah, yeah. If that's what you're looking for, this isn't
Yeah,
this isn't the episode for you.
this show
Episode for
this
you.
show's not for you because we don't condone that. To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
we talk about how to really try to make things work, and if it
Make it
doesn't,
work for
how
your
to
kids.
fix it.
It's
Yeah,
always for the kids because the kids are the ones that take the blunt force of everything.
yeah, but
Right,
definitely some time off would be cool. You know what? That allows you time to breathe and really process shit,
right,
right? And same thing for the man or the other spouse, right?
right.
That's actually a good idea. I wish I would have done something like that first. I think it would have. I don't know. I don't want to say it would have saved my marriage, but it would have took a lot of stress
It
out.
would have took a lot of stress and maybe open up different avenues of
Sometimes
therapy.
fun. What do they say? Fun. No, it's distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't read that book.
Uh,
Sounds like a
I
good
think
one.
Dr. Seuss wrote it. I'm not sure. Yeah. So that's another option. Like I said, throughout this, the important thing is that you guys are still communicating, still talking. That's a plus sign, bro.
That's how you know that there's still love there. There's something to salvage. There's still caring for each other there
Mhm.
when you're still speaking to each other.
Yeah.
Because once she stops speaking to you, there's no buenos dias. It's over.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing.
Vaya con Dios.
Yeah, that's it. You might as well start packing your stuff and coming up with an exit plan,
Yeah,
right?
you put the therapist on the back burner. You start looking for an attorney.
Yeah, definitely. You start hitting up divorce heroes
Yeah,
more.
we got a list of guys and ladies. Um, Also, like it's just, man, this is hard, bro. Like therapy does work.
Right.
It's just like it's a lot of hard work because
It is a lot of hard work.
especially growing up and you come from a background where you don't really express your feelings
Right.
because we weren't groomed to do that, right? It's like, why are you talking about your feelings, bro? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
So the first couple of times it's gonna be hard just to get things out of you. Um, but once you get to that point where it's like it just becomes so comfortable and becomes like a second nature, you're just on a roll, bro. You're on a roll and you go with it. So feeding off that, if the other spouse does not want to go, right? If she doesn't want to go, if she's like, "Oh no, you need it," you're right. I do need it. I am gonna go because you never know either. I'm not saying that's gonna determine your breakup, but you don't see your own demons. You don't see what you do. You don't see what
Right.
how you irritate her because we all irritate our spouse. Once you start doing therapy, all that comes to light, and you realize why you do some of the things you do. Right?
Right.
They're all conditioned, and it's all your upbringing and how I was raised and whatever. So if she decides I no longer want to go, that's fine. You continue. You continue to grow, and if the marriage works after that, great. If it doesn't, you did the absolute most you could to salvage it, and I think you get to live with a guilt free
Right.
mind, right? You're just like, hey, I did the most.
Yeah, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, "I really
I
did."
really tried. I tried, and guess what, guys? You become a better person for the next person.
Yeah, and you always do say that, and that's true, right? Because no one is perfect. Everyone
No.
has flaws. I know another couple who was also going through a rough patch, and same thing. He called me and he said, "Hey, this is what happened. This is
Hmm.
what I'm going through." This one was a little more on the severe side. Well, they're all severe, but this one was more bad because he actually stepped out of his marriage.
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, if she's still talking to you, that means she wants to fix it.
Fix it.
Try therapy, and if you can't get therapy, try going to church.
Hmm.
Right? Because sometimes you need something that's bigger than you for you to swallow your ego,
Yeah.
and to be able to bow and say, this marriage is bigger than just me.
Yeah.
It's something holy. It's something that means
It's a
something.
commitment.
It's a
Yeah.
commitment, right?
Yeah.
So he said that he told her, hey, let's go to couples therapy, and she turned it down. Said no.
Yeah.
Then he said, what about church? And she said, why don't you go to church? So he said, okay. So he started going once a week, wherever he could find, due to his schedule, wherever he can find services. He started going.
Hmm.
He said about 4 weeks of him going, she then said, you know what, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Then they started going, right? And when she went to the church, he told me this. I kid you not. The pastor, it was as if the pastor knew we were going, and it was like his whole sermon was about us.
Hmm.
And we had never been to that church.
Oh.
First time ever going to that church, right? And both of them walked out saying, okay, this is bigger than us.
Hmm.
We need to work on this.
Yeah.
And this was a couple years ago, and to this day,
They're still going strong.
as far as I know, they're still together.
I mean,
Right.
God is big, bro. And He knows why He does things, and he knows why things fall apart, and he knows why he brings things together. This is not a religious show, but I do believe in God, and I have he's my higher power. I did a church thing, and I
Right.
did it by myself, or with me and my kids.
Right.
And then she started, coming around
Yeah.
after, like, it almost happened identical, like a couple weeks or maybe a month and a half into it.
Right.
She started joining us, but she was already like way too out. Like
Yeah.
it was
And sometimes it
more of
happens
a
like that.
hassle for her to come, and it was just easier for her to just to let go.
To let go and go
So,
do her thing,
and
right?
part of me could have been like, "Oh God, you just played with me," or it be resentful. Bro, it's life. It's life, and I just think when he has a plan for you, he has a plan for you, and
Yeah.
you just have to give him the wheel and here you drive, and I'm gonna be sightseeing, and you let me know what I have to look at or what to do,
Right.
and that's it. But church is a good alternative, even church counseling. I know a lot of people that were actually counselors. They were like elder counselors, and elders always have a lot of wisdom, bro. A lot.
They do. Because they've been through a lot.
They've been through a lot.
They've been through it and probably more than once.
Oh yeah.
And they've
Well,
helped
I,
other
I know
people.
a couple who I thought they were picture perfect, bro, and they're like, mm-mm. Like, you don't know how many times we almost divorced.
Relationships are hard. Imagine the relationship with your best friend, your best bud that you like to hang out with
Yeah,
can sometimes
go
be hard.
sour. Yeah,
Now just imagine, a female, which we're wired differently
yeah,
already. We think left, they think right. We
exactly.
like up, they like down.
Hmm.
We're very emotional, and we like to be more logical.
Right.
So sometimes we just disregard their emotions,
Yeah.
just like they disregard our logic.
Yes, it happens, and until you do your therapy and realize that's where your downfall is,
Right.
you won't understand it, and you'll keep repeating the same, mistake over and over. So that's why I say, even if she decides not to go, you still continue because it's so beneficial.
The worst thing you can do is do nothing and expect things
Oh
to
yeah,
get better.
no, it's not.
Because when you're going through this, your relationship isn't a roller coaster where
Yes,
you get 2, 3 weeks of even the sex is phenomenal. Everything's amazing. And you think, hey,
it's
we're out of
we're,
it.
we're
We
good.
fixed
We're
it.
good. Nope.
And then it's another 2 weeks of just
Yeah.
hell. So it's that roller coaster that goes up and down, up and down. So the worst you can do is think that once you go up, that you're going to stay there without doing anything.
That's funny you said that, bro, about the sex. It's so true.
Right.
Sometimes
Yes.
you think like, oh, we made up.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're
Boom,
good.
boom, 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 smash, smash, smash. And then the next day, it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
We're still going through it. She just wanted to get hers off and shit.
I thought we fixed it.
Yeah, like a dumb as you felt for it. Like, okay.
No, but you do something, right?
Yeah.
Don't stick to the highs thinking that your problems are solved. Nah, guys, you guys gotta do the legwork and try. And it might not work.
Yeah.
You might end up like us. We're saying, yeah, well, it didn't work for us.
But yeah, to recap, I would say both parties need to be interested, right? Have some kind of some interest in doing it.
You both want to have to be there, yeah.
And if you get past that, you both have to be open to the change and to the criticism, right? Because the therapist is going
Yeah,
to criticize you,
and a different perspective, right?
and
Go
remember,
knowing I might not be right all the time, even though I think I'm perfect, right? I might not be right all the time.
and just know that she's not biased. Like she's there, she doesn't know you.
And she is the therapist.
Yeah, I mean, unless you picked someone that was like your girl's ex homegirl or something like that, right? But
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
no, like this person is non-biased. She's not here to choose sides. She's here to tell you the truth, what it is, and you're either gonna take it and run with it and process it, or you're just gonna act dumb and just keep doing the same mistakes.
Right. And then how long do you go to therapy? Someone asked me that too.
And I would say
As long as
my
you need it.
therapist. You know what? My therapist told me something. She's like, I don't see anyone having, well, the majority of people having to go to therapy more than 6 months to a year,
Right.
because then you become codependent on this therapist.
Yes, I agree.
So she said 6 months to a year. I would say I will give you enough tools to deal with your situations, your life, and you can do it on your own. That's not to say you can't go and get a tune up once in a while, right?
Right.
And check in and hey. But if you're, I mean, if you're telling me I've been in therapy for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, that means you're not doing the work.
Yeah, you're not doing the work.
Unfortunately, that's what it is. You
Yeah,
became codependent on this person. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, it feels great to go to therapy. I love it.
you're right.
So you just became now you just latched on to the therapist. What is it like? Step Brothers. Remember Step Brothers? Where
Yeah,
he where
when he
he
falls in
he
love.
falls in love with the therapist. And I love you. He's like, no, you're just telling me this because of your you know your
Yeah,
situation and your current.
the horrible movie though, because they end up together.
Well, it's not a movie, guys. It's you have to do the work. You really have to do the work, and sometimes it's easy. Some most of the time it's not because you have to take a good look in that mirror and be like, "Fuck, I am doing X, Y, or Z."
Exactly. That you have to have the open mind.
Yeah,
So with that being said, fellas, if you think this is beneficial to anyone, share it, like it, uh, subscribe to all you. I think we have 8 listeners now.
eight.
Thank you very much.
What about the half? Is
Eight
he
and
still there?
a,
8.5. Easy.
8.5 listeners. Thank you very much. Remember that no matter how bad it gets, you are gonna go through it.
Yeah,
You're gonna be okay.
you just can't.
Don't stop. You
Yeah,
can't just stand still and expect to get out of the darkness by standing still. Move forward, move forward, move forward. You will be fine.
and also if you guys need any therapists, as far as referrals, we have a few on hand. So DM us. I at least I know two good, really good ones, and they don't really break the bank. So
Absolutely. DM us and we'll put you in contact with someone.
same thing with attorneys, guys. If you guys are looking for attorneys, I can tell you a really bad one or a really decent one or a good one.
Yeah, I can tell you a really good one and a really, really cheap one.
Yeah. So, I know when you're going through it, it's you're trying to figure out where do I go, where do I start. This is the whole point of the show. Like, reach out to us. Like, we can give you a starting point.
And know
So,
that you're just one of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who have gone through this.
yes,
And you're gonna be okay just like they were okay.
yes.
All right, fellas, till next time, thank you for listening.